in League One? Because they've been talking about that. So,
well, yeah, it's a top two though, isn't it? Really, that's the thing. It's Barrow and Workington, and then the rest.
Everybody else, yeah. Everyone else can beat everyone else, it appears. But I think Barrow and Workington are the class of the division without any question.
But Coventry have had some huge wins. That win away was, a narrow win away at Scholars is probably what you'd normally expect between those two sides, 50-50 sort of situation. But some of the home wins they've had already this year as well, you can't write them off going into any game, I don't think. But same with North Wales now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's kind of, as you say, there's probably eight or nine, probably the top eight have all got a chance of getting in the playoffs. So, yeah.
Yep. Should we do NRL? I'll do it for you, don't worry.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, frankly.
NRL round 20. Roosters 28, Eels 0. West Tigers 16, Warriors 18. Broncos 37, Cowboys 18. Herbie Farnworth did play in this one. Knights 34, Raiders 24. No Dom Young, no Sutton either, but Hodgson got a try assist and 50 tackles, and Whitehead played 2. Storm 37, Panthers 10. Dragons 14, Rabbitohs 50. Burgess going over 200 metres, 202 metres for the big man. Alan Walker said, the White Rabbits took the magic shrooms and shagged St George raw. Yet again, Renault, Cody and Trell ran things round them and left gaping holes in the D. Attack lines were amazing. Storm and the Panthers have put up 50 on Souths, but if there's one team that can slide in there and win the grand final, it's the Bunnies. St George head back to the Barbie to think about missing out on the 8. It's game over for them. Just tell Alice. Glory, glory. I think the Dragons are still in the race. Bulldogs 6, Titans 34. Luke Thompson mustn't have played because I haven't written down anything for him. And Sharks 22, Manly 40. In fact, you don't want to talk about it, but I'll talk about it. They didn't give a fucking shit about bringing the players out of quarantine to play in their own fucking country, did they? Standings. Storm have breathing space at the top again. They're on 36 points, 2 ahead of Panthers and Rabbitohs on 34. Eels and Roosters both have 28. Then Sea Eagles have 26 in the chase for the top 4 spots. Titans, Sharks, Raiders, Dragons and Knights are all on 18 points in a tight battle for the last 2 playoff spots. Warriors, West Tigers and Cowboys aren't out of it either on 14 points. Broncos improved to 12. Bulldogs look like spoon holders for the year. They're bottom on 6 points. I don't think they're going to catch anyone else up. There was one other game to mention, Alan.
Yes, it was the Academy Origin, which I did see little parts of this week, and all was right with the world as Yorkshire run out comfortable winners. Yorkshire 40, Lancashire 10, and yeah, they were convincingly the better side for the kind of 15 minutes that I caught of this one in fits and starts between doing some work.
I think Lancashire had a couple of late changes they had to make to the side, didn't they, which probably didn't.
Yes.
Help
it wouldn't have
massively.
helped. No. But Yorkshire were brilliant. So
I'll get my excuses in, but yeah.
All is right with the world.
Fair enough. That's other results covered. We'll now move on to make our guesses for what might, I'm going to say it again, might be a full round of games. I've not even heard Whispers yet. Have you heard Whispers? I've not heard Whispers.
Well, you're doing a very good job of trying to put a kibosh on it. I'll say that.
Fair enough. Okay, no Thursday night games because it's Thursday night now when we're doing it, Alan.
It'd be great. Well, I could just check the score now and then make a prediction.
I have to keep reminding myself of that. But it is round 18 of Super League this week. Friday, 7:45pm, Leeds versus Castleford. You might have already watched this game before you listened to us, but you won't be watching it on Sky, unfortunately, because I think this might have been a good one to put on Sky. If Cass get anyone, I don't know. Cass got no players, have they? Therefore, I'm going to pick Leeds. Luke Gale's missing, which doesn't help Leeds from a performance point of view, but might help Leeds in terms of gives the less chance for him to mess it up, worrying too much about himself in this game. I'm going to pick Leeds because Cass haven't got anyone. But it wouldn't shock me if Cass turned up and found something in this game. But Leeds by 8, Myler and Newman to do the business.
Yeah, for very much the same reasons, I'm going to agree with you. Leeds are going to win this one because Leeds are average and Cass are a little bit below average. Leeds by 6.
Okay, 7:45 p.m. on Friday as well. It's Wigan versus Salford. I like to think Wigan will be able to beat Salford, even missing a few key forwards. Slight injury for the Ginger Pearl, so he's out of the squad, and obviously Partington and Singleton are banned, but potentially Jay Field making only his second appearance, or Zach Hardacre being back in contention. That'll free Hastings. One of those two should free Hastings up to go back into the halves, you would expect, and I think that'll help, and Wigan will win by 14.
Yeah, this is a nice little run of Lee and Salford are quite nice opponents to have. I can't see Wigan having any difficulty winning this, even with people missing. Wigan by 10.
The big one, Saturday afternoon, 2:30 p.m. This is on Sky, and this is quite exciting, this game, with the way it's going on. Saints have had a chance to rebuild back up after their long COVID break. Catalans are in fine form. It's very close to call, so I'm going to let you make the first call.
Yeah, I'm going to go Catalan, but no conviction either way, really. Yeah, Catalan in a close one, Catalan by 2.
In that case, I'm going to go Saints in a close one. Saints by 2. Well, it might not be by 2, but I think it won't be a wide margin between the sides. You kind of got to back Saints' defence, haven't you?
Well, obviously I don't think so, but
and I'm guessing it's still going to be shit weather because it feels like that we've got that for a few days. Let's have a look. Yeah, weather warnings in place for Saturday.
Super.
Well, there's sunshine and showers in the afternoon, so yeah. I think it's going to be a more defensive game because of the conditions and circumstances, so Saints will win it on that basis. I think.
That's a fair shout.
But I'd like to see Catalans win it. Sunday, 3 p.m. Huddersfield versus Wakefield. Huddersfield by 10.
That was the least certain.
Barely care.
I'm going to go Wakefield by 2 on the basis that Huddersfield. I would normally pick Huddersfield. Huddersfield should win it, therefore they will lose it. So Wakefield by 2 because you can't pick Huddersfield games.
You can't rely on it.
It's impossible. It is impossible to pick.
Another potentially interesting matchup. This one, Sunday 3 p.m. Warrington versus Hull FC. I'm sure Sky will be wishing they'd picked this for television rather than what they have picked. But where do you think this one's going?
Warrington was scratchy this week. FC were lucky to be in it at half time. Warrington are the better team and they're at home. So I'm going to go Warrington by 4.
Yeah, I think I'm going to find it hard to pick Hull FC until Jake Connor's back. I don't know, is he back? Have we seen team news for these? No, we won't have seen team news yet for the Sunday games, will we? So
no.
I just don't think they're going to have enough to outscore their opponents without his sort of extra bit of something. Warrington by 10 for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Then finally, 6:30 p.m. kickoff on Sky. It is probably they would have picked this a while ago thinking it could be a relegation battle, but it's not. It's bottom of the table and probably not going to get relegated if rumours are to be believed. Lee Centurions versus middle of the table, Hull Kingston Rovers. And I've got to be honest, things don't get any better for Lee at any point, do they? With signing two players on loan, putting them out on the pitch for the first time, and they both get suspended. They still can't figure out what they should be doing with their spine, and I'm not sure any of the pieces when put together, whilst individually none of them are bad players. I don't think when you put the four or whichever four you put together, it's not a Super League quality spine. I just think Hull KR by 20.
I've got Hull KR by 20. Now, Tom, you can't complain about playing Catalan twice when you get to play Leeds the week after. So, guaranteed 2 points, put your mortgage on it. KR by at least 20.
Championship game of the week. The game... it has to be this game. It's the rematch of the... And it's weird that the timing of the announcement was after the Toulouse loss and before the Batley fixture, but Batley versus Featherstone, Sunday at 3 p.m. Mainly, let's be fair, on paper, we've got third against second here.
Yeah.
No, fourth against second, sorry. Fourth against second here. But also, Batley might be extra motivated after the conclusion of the RFL investigation.
Well, I'm going to back Batley to beat Featherstone twice in the season. Batley to win.
Oh, good stuff. League One game of the week. You've nearly swung me with what you were talking about before, but I've gone with Keighley versus Workington Sunday at 3 p.m. I think this might be a chance for Keighley, with Workington coming off the back of their COVID layoff, for Keighley to restate their claim to being one of the top sides, because they've not performed like one of the top sides this year, but they...
disappointing, you'd have to say, Keighley this year. Yeah.
And I think they need to go on a run now, and this could be the start of it if they can beat Workington. Otherwise, it just tells me for certain that there's only two sides in contention for the top spot in League One. That's on Sunday at 3 p.m. Also, NRL Brit Picks, Knights versus Broncos. That's been played already by the time we're talking, but I have no idea what the score was. Raiders versus Dragons. That will probably be played by the time you listen to this. Friday 9 a.m. Don't care. Eels versus Rabbitohs Friday at 11:05. Let's hope Burgess can keep up his good form, but it's more a matter of how good form he is in next year now. And Bulldogs versus West Tigers Sunday at 4:50 a.m. Bulldogs in the proper graveyard slot there. Please do get your fan views in on any of those games and any other rugby league action that you take in over the next week. I would note that the London Broncos versus Toulouse game is free to air on our league on Sunday, as is the Broncos women's Southern Super League game against can't remember. Is it Bedford they're playing?
I was just thinking. I'm looking that up as we speak. They're playing Bedford Tigers.
So you can get an extra fix on Sunday. You can watch 3 games pretty much back to back, actually. There, starting at 12:30. So if it is raining where you are, got something to stay in for. 'Cause it won't be the cricket. Good stuff. Okay. Wrap up time, I think.
Yep.
Okay, quiz. I was trying to think of some inspiration for the quiz, and one thing that kept coming back to me is that I spent a few days in the shadow of the Wembley Arch.
You did?
And I don't know why, but for some reason on Wednesday, the concourse around the ground, when you go up the steps and that, was all blocked off. So I was like, oh, well, I'll go when it's quiet and get a few pictures with the statue when it's quiet and there's no one else around. And I said to do it on Tuesday morning before we went to where Tim's wedding was, but Emma was like, oh no, let's just go tomorrow. I don't want to walk all that way in my heels. Well, it wasn't open tomorrow, was it? Anyway, there you go. I didn't want to jump the barriers and get in trouble, so I missed out on that. Anyway.
Yes, quiz.
So there's a Wembley theme that runs through the quiz.
Okay.
Okay, so and specifically